ladies and gentlemen, we're just playing.
Yes, we
Living.
are. Just plain living.
Right here
Hi, John.
on Charter Channel 6. I'm John Gray. Good morning, folks.
Good morning. Hey, Jimmy.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And here we are.
Here we are again.
Once again, at last.
At last. Hey, it's election week.
Yes, it is, and politics are hot and heavy everywhere.
Signs
and,
everywhere.
Yeah, and big turnout too for in the early voting. And I think in Coffee County there's like 5,600 a little over 5,600 voted early.
This year, yeah.
And Bernita Davis, who's the election administrator in Coffee County, says that'll usually indicates that'd be about half of what will actually vote, because about half of the people vote on election
So that's
day.
pretty encouraging.
About 3,500 Republicans and about 1,800 Democrats, because there's a primary for the state and federal offices, so you have to declare in those races, and of course the county races are general elections. So
I voted
supposedly.
early. I'm done with voting this time. I mean, I voted already. I'm not done with the voting, but
You don't have to go. You've done it. You've already done it.
I vote when the lines are short.
Voted
So
when the
you-
lines are short.
you
Well, I'll
vote
tell
in,
you what.
I vote in Franklin County.
in Winchester.
Yeah.
So do I.
Right.
I was over at CD Stamps yesterday, looking at the community garden that's over there, and I was inside talking to them over there, and they said that they had been every day full
Wonderful.
over
That's
there.
great.
Yeah.
And he was talking about they'd never seen the kind of response to
The
early
turnout.
voting that like they've had
I
this
wonder
time.
what is responsible for that. Does anybody
People
have any idea?
are worn out with. I
They're
mean,
worn
people
out
are not
with some
happy.
stuff, and
I
so
don't think
they're-
people are happy.
Well, and so it's time they got out and voted.
Yeah,
They're not happy
sure.
with what's going on. You got to get out
And
there and
there's
tell
a
it.
lot on the ballot this time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot on the ballot, and each campaign, of course, is out there trying to generate interest and excitement about that.
And income.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it all equates
Well,
to
I have
pretty
to
good
say, I
turnout.
admire people that will run for office to help service their city, their county, or whatever.
But it's still, and this is a great turnout, because we've seen them as low as 14,
Oh, my
12 or
goodness,
14%. But this is going to be a great turnout. But still, if Bernita is correct, and it turns out to be about twice what the early voting was, then we'll get about 11,000 people vote in Coffee County. But you got to realize that in Coffee County, there's about 33,000 registered voters, so you'd get about a third. The most I've ever seen is about maybe 50% when there's a presidential race.
And I've always wondered why more people.
And it's
Surely
just
they
some
know who
people
they
just
want
don't
for
focus on that.
president,
Yeah. So
And then sometimes they don't vote, and then they nag about it. And so if you can't stand up and vote, you shouldn't carry on about it.
No, I don't think so. I think if you don't vote, you ought to be quiet.
yeah, and if you don't,
But they're not going to.
and if you
That's
don't-
not human nature.
Now now they know if you voted or not. I mean, it's common for candidates to go get the list of voters who voted
really?
in the last. Oh yeah, because you want to focus and
Put a door hanger on the door. Somebody.
well, you
didn't
want to
vote.
focus on the people that you think are actually going to go vote.
So
I
they
mean,
know if you voted, but they don't know who you voted for.
No, they
do
don't know. No, they don't know who you voted for, but they do know if you voted. And in the case of a primary election, when you declare I want to vote in the Democrat primary or the Republican, they'll know which
They'll know
which primary you
you're in.
voted in. So
And that's okay.
yeah, but
That's a good thing to know.
Yeah. South Jackson goes countries this week.
It's ready.
All over this.
It's
It's all over. It's running like a freight train out of
what?
control.
I could leave town today, and the show would go on. I have some of the most wonderful performers, and it's just a fun group. And I do turn loose of this after Thursday night. I just have.
You don't have any choice.
I don't have any more choices because I have great stage managers, great sound people, light people. Everybody knows what they're doing, but me, and I'm done after Thursday night. Really.
Yeah, we're backstage. We're backstage right now. Peggy's going. I want this done. Da 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 da. And we're all going. Well, we'll do it that way till Friday night.
And then we'll just do what we want. And I have such faith because
No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, Peggy does a really, really good job, and I want people to understand this is not just a 3-day show. This is a 3-day show that takes about 6 months worth of preparation.
Well, it's 3 days of different people too.
Right. it's not the same show over and over every day. There's probably 150 people involved in the 3 days.
I would say,
when you
yeah.
count the commercial teams
and
then the different performers, because there's different performers at every show.
But honestly, I do not spend 6 months doing it. I really don't. I don't live that way. I will set a day, and then that's when I go to work real hard after I do auditions. But maybe I do a little.
There's a lot to think about,
You
though.
were
I'm quite
talking
sure.
about it.
That's
You were
what-
working on it after Christmas.
Maybe. Okay.
It's on your mind as soon as January
always
1.
on my mind.
As soon as January 1 hits, bang. You might not be going at full force, but it's on your mind because I know you're thinking about it because you're talking about
Because
it.
well, you think about
You have to.
several different things when you're involved with.
Yeah, because it's a
theater,
big show. I mean, it's a big show, and it takes a lot of people
I hope
and a lot of
people know that they
coordination.
can come and eat. I'm not sure we've talked about that enough.
What do we got there?
We open up. Are you coming
Piggies?
to me?
Yeah,
No.
we got Piggies.
We got Piggy's Place barbecue and chips and I think maybe cookies and a drink for a small amount of money. And that starts at 6 o'clock with the rhythm cloggers out on the
Outside?
out on the concrete pad. So there's something going on, and then opening inside at 7 o'clock. Main show
Is
is
this
6:30?
Friday and
Oh, it's-
Saturday, or just?
Yeah, the main show starts at 7:30. The
Okay.
warm-up show starts at 7 on stage. 6 o'clock is outside.
Outside.
And that's all free. If you want to just come watch that and get yourself a barbecue and go home, it's okay. We'd rather you stay. And pay
Well, you
for a
better
ticket.
you better call because the tickets. I mean, if
I
you
think
want to
they're
go,
going
you better
fast.
call now
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
because the tickets have sold. It's quick. They sold quick and are still selling. So what's left? You better call if you want a ticket.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other things going on at the same time, and which is wonderful for the people in this area. There's something to do. Don't stay home. Get out.
This is a great idea, I think, guys, because for a couple of reasons. The commercials are always great, but you guys are assembling a lot of talent on that stage
We
down
do.
there
We
that
do.
you don't have to pay, right?
No, we don't.
Right, that's
There
what
was
I-
a time when I did the country show, and we always paid the second act when Lori Morgan came down and
Pam Tillis.
and a few of those people. But then it turns out we have such talent right here in Middle Tennessee. We don't have to pay people to do that on the country show.
Well, and the
They are
thing.
very giving to do this.
The thing about it is, as well, you have a Lori Morgan or a Pam Tillis, unless somebody likes Lori Morgan or Pam Tillis, they don't come. When you've got 20 kids on stage, no matter who they are, their mamas and daddies are coming, their brothers and
grandmas
sisters are
and
coming, grandmas
grandpas.
and grandpa.
Yeah.
Grandma, Granny and them are going to be there. And so you fill that place up. And that's what it's all about. It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
It's a thing to
South
raise
Jackson
money.
needs the money to keep going. I mean, to pay the bills, to put on the roof, to do all kinds of things.
Working
And
on lighting right now, lighting up South Jackson
I'm
and
excited
sound.
about that. I have lived my life for a perfect sound system.
I don't
and
think they
lights.
make one, do they, Jimmy?
To me, the sound is a most important
Well,
thing.
yeah, we've had of course, you're doing sound for South Jackson and doing sound for the Legion Lounge is two different
Yeah,
things.
sure.
It takes a lot more time. But we've had some pretty good systems at the Legion Lounge. Of course, we had Wendell Hartman, who was a rep for all that stuff,
Which was
who
nice,
was always
wasn't it?
bringing
Yeah.
new stuff out of the box and saying, "Here, use this till I have to sell it," and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
And we've been very fortunate to have Ken and Danny over at KK's when we need them come walk
Yes,
across
we
the
do.
street and go, look, you need to tweak this and do that.
And they're
good
two of the
folks.
best right there.
I'll
Danny.
probably never
Tell you.
say enough about our backstage people like Rex Mize running the sound and Sid Wing, who is his assistant back there and doing multiple things for me, and Gina Wing and the Wings.
And the wing.
Wing and the Wing.
Wings. And then there's that Erickson girl. She's back there, too.
Oh, my daughter.
Your daughter, yeah. Your daughter. Yeah, your daughter.
I'm thinking,
She's thinking, "Who is that?"
I'm thinking Shannon Burton.
Shannon Burton Erickson.
Yeah. Yes.
It's taken me how many years to learn how to say
that.
to
I know
say
it's hard.
that.
And then you have to learn to spell it. Again, it's a family show, and that's what's. I love it that Fran's in it this year. Last night we were doing the Master of Ceremonies commercial, and no, after that one we were doing Sundrop, and Fran just decided to walk through the scene. And it added so much. It was wonderful.
Did you like did she wear the red last night?
She
Did you like
she
the
was
red?
An absolute knockout.
Did you like the red?
I liked the red.
I told her I liked the red.
She makes a wonderful queen.
That's
the
what
best
she is
queen
around
ever.
mine. There's no doubt. But I tell you what, folks, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of good things happening on this show today. Don't you go away. We'll be right back after a few messages from our sponsors with the rest of today's Just Plain Living.
It's a Kia Cadenza kind of day at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. This luxurious Kia has too many features to mention, with prices starting as low as $33,943. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. We have a huge selection to choose from here at Russell Barnett Kia, and mention this ad and receive an additional $500 off your next Kia Cadenza purchase. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units with some special financing through the end of June. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer across Stroop.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I'm sitting here with Kevin Whipple and Lucky. Lucky is a beagle? Is that what you said?
Yep, he sure is. He's an 8-year-old beagle.
Hey, Lucky.
He's been neutered, and he's already had his vaccinations.
And he's ready to go home with somebody because
Yep.
he needs a home.
And since he's been neutered, his adoption fee is only $10.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, he's been such a gentleman the whole time. The gentleman from the animal shelter.
Oh yeah, that's him.
And he's just been so well behaved. I think he'd be a wonderful dog for someone that just wants to have a dog that's close by that
Yep.
maybe has a little bit of a ferocious look, not a lot.
Yeah, well, he's a very calm, sweet, and timid
Yeah.
dog.
And
So
he's had everything he needs.
Yep,
Needs
he's
spayed,
good to go.
shots. He's good to go home with somebody.
Oh yeah.
Now, and we think maybe 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, he's about 8. So he's a little older, but nothing wrong with that.
He's obviously trained. And
Yep.
do you have any idea if they've kept him inside or out? You don't know.
I'm not real sure. Well, he was actually turned in to us. The owner didn't want him no more. I don't know why.
Oh, we need to talk about the Celtic Cup and what's coming up this weekend.
Yep, August 9th. On a Saturday, we're having, at the Celtic Cup, we're having our adopted dog event. And we'll be out there, we'll have dogs.
What time do you go out?
We're going to be out there from 10 to 2.
10 till 2. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know where the Celtic Cup is that Anderson Street? You have the address?
Yeah, 106 North Anderson.
106 North Anderson, and you can get some great gelato or coffees or sandwiches. And,
something.
And you can adopt a dog and just have a good time.
Yep.
The Celtic Cup is gracious for doing this. They're
Very much
always
so.
very giving.
Yes, they are. They're very, very good.
So from 10 till 2, and people just come by, and how many dogs? Do you have any idea how many you have there?
It's just going to depend on how many volunteers we get. The more volunteers, naturally, we're going to bring more dogs out.
Yeah, so you want somebody to be able to watch the dog and see that the right adoption process is taken.
Right.
It gives people a chance to pet the dog and see if they actually
interact.
feel at home. I think you got to feel at home with your dog.
Yeah, and they get to interact with them, and the dogs get to get out of the shelter a little bit and get some air.
And I bet they love that.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all ever just take a whole bunch of dogs at the same time and walk them? I see in cities people holding 6 or 8 dogs on each side.
We'll get volunteers and stuff to come. When they come down, they'll come and walk dogs for us. And
that's a nice thing for somebody to do. People that love animals know that they need to have exercise. If you just go down to the shelter, you can get to walk the dogs.
Yep, that's right.
And get friendly with one and maybe eventually take one home.
Which we could be. We're hopeful.
who is sponsoring this event? Is it just the Celtic Cup?
Yeah, it's the Celtic Cup. They're the ones that
They're just allowing you to use their little space outside?
Yeah, and they're going to be there, and they're going to be out with us, and that kind of thing. So ought to be a pretty fun event.
It will be a fun event. If you've never been to the Celtic Cup, this is your opportunity to go and do a service, and you can donate money to the animal shelter, or you can bring food.
Yeah, bring food. We need treats, food, bowls, and monetary donations are always good too. So.
How many dogs do you have right now?
We got about 70 at the moment.
So you're in need probably.
We're in need of quite a bit.
Products to see that they stay alive, because y'all have to bathe them. And it takes materials and flea shot. Do you give them flea shots or?
Oh, we
you just put the
we got like the kind of frontline stuff we try to put on them, but we got so many it's difficult to.
And then that's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It's very expensive.
And that's where the donations come in, where we can use medical funds in order to get that stuff. So donations, they help with that kind of thing.
It's a terrible thing to ask, but you have to put dogs down sometimes, don't you?
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
We're a no-kill. The only time we do is if they're so far sick that we cannot possibly do anything, or if they're so far injured we can't possibly do anything.
It's not the thing to do to keep someone that's suffering alive.
Yeah, it's when it's better for them is when we choose to do it.
A lot of times I know you find dogs, hey, how are you doing, Lucky? I just love that face. What a good face. Anyway, when you find these dogs, I'm sure sometimes they're covered in fleas and ticks, and they need a lot of medical attention, and I know it takes a lot of money. Well, let's run back by the Celtic Cup one more time. About the time, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Let me see what all we have.
And that's our flyer.
Anything. Adoption fees are $35, and that includes a free spay and neuter.
Yep, and then
I like this microchip thing.
Yeah, microchips. You can also get microchips there too. You can also come to the animal shelter and get them.
You find a lot of people are doing microchips these days.
Not so much. We do recommend getting them, but we hardly ever find a dog with a microchip.
It seems like that more people would do that. It's $15.
It's $15, and we give it to you, and you take it to one of the local vets, and they insert it, and that's it.
I even think children ought to have a microchip, honestly. Because,
some of them.
I mean, you think about when somebody steals a child or kidnaps a child, and the same thing happens with animals.
Yeah.
And if there's a microchip, you have a chance of getting them back.
Yep.
Because what all does a microchip do?
What we do is we scan it, and our scanner pulls up a number, and then what we do is we call the number, and then it's able to tell us where the information of the owners, and they can give us a phone number and an address and that kind of thing. So then we're just able to call them to tell them to come get it. We got their dog, or we're able to take it home. Yeah. So I mean, they're very good. I would recommend getting microchips.
I just saw you stretching, Lucky. I think a person could do yoga with this dog. All right, we need to remind you that Saturday this week, August 9th, from 10 until 2, go by the Celtic Cup. Donate some money, take a dog home with you, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. We'll be back. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
It's always great to have you.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, Humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm glad to have a lovely young lady with me today, Miss Dawn Hawley, and she is the Executive Director of the United Way for Bedford County. And if you look right here, you'll see on the front of that they are stuffing the bus.
We are stuffing the bus.
Now, what are you stuffing the bus with?
We are stuffing the bus with school supplies for children in need. Absolutely. And so we launch this after July the 4th every year. Because our school supplies come into our stores after July the 4th.
Right.
And so after July the 4th, we start stuffing the bus. And one of our main focus areas with United Way of Bedford County is education and income. And we certainly want the children of our community to be educated, and they cannot do that without proper school supplies when they start. When they step into school that first day, we want them to be education prepared.
Right, and when does Bedford County start school?
Oh, we started yesterday, actually.
So you've already started school.
It was an abbreviated day yesterday and full day through, I think, next Thursday for the celebration to start.
So I was going to ask, do they still take off for the celebration?
We still break during celebration.
That's like an immediate fall break right there.
Yes, sir. It is.
So when you do this, school supplies, I know school supplies, it's pencils and paper and glue and rulers maybe, but what else? It's changed a whole lot since I was a young person in school. Are electronic things involved in school supplies in any way? Little calculators? Or
I am sure.
What can people? I guess my question is, what can people get and bring to you?
We have a list, a suggested list that we work with the school system on. And so those are mostly paper supplies and pencils and some of those items that you have already mentioned, but also backpacks. Backpacks is a pricier item. And so when you're looking at a child who cannot afford their school supplies, backpacks is one of those items as well. We really do not get into electronics as much, but we, all of those school supply lists are also at your local Walmart typically, and so things that are on those school supply lists, but we do have a suggested item list with the items that you have just named.
So do you try to fill a backpack?
We try, but we do distribute them a little differently. Some United Ways around the country fill backpacks, but we found out 8 years ago, this is our 8th year, that we really wanted to work closely with the school system to be able to distribute those supplies. So you might have a child who already has a backpack that they're using from the previous year, and they might only need the crayons and the glue and the pencils and the paper supplies. And so what we do is we coordinate the effort, and we partner with over 20 businesses in Bedford County to collect the supplies, and then we have volunteers who come in and count the supplies, and then we put those in a spreadsheet and determine how much of each supply each school will receive. And then we have another set of volunteers who will come in and box those supplies. And then the school system will actually pick up those boxes and deliver them directly to the school. And so you might have a child who doesn't need everything on that list. They already have items that they're using, and so the school guidance counselor and the principals and the teachers will divvy out those items that child needs.
So you don't really stuff a bus?
Well, we like to say that we can collect enough school supplies to stuff that bus.
What you need to do is get.
Yeah,
I've always thought it would be cool to have, one of those little bitty school buses.
Yes.
It would be really cool to have one of those and to where you could paint it up and decorate it for different things.
Absolutely.
But that would be really cool to take that little bus around and deliver stuff.
That's true.
So
That's true.
If anybody has a little bus that they want to give to the Bedford County United Way, this lady right here will accept that bus, I guarantee you.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we will accept any school supplies that people can donate. Like I said, we want our children to be school ready, and we don't want them to have to walk in that first day of school and not have the supplies that they need to learn.
Right, understand. And how do they get in touch with you?
They can call me. 931-684-6685 is our phone number.
Where's your office?
I am on Delray Street in Shelbyville. So 605 Delray Street in Shelbyville is where my office.
Street?
It is behind First Community Bank. It's actually the First Community Bank Annex.
Okay,
and so,
understand that.
Yes,
I know exactly
sir.
where it is now.
So, kind of, if you pass Regions Bank, and
right.
it's that little road right in between Regions and First Community Bank.
There you go.
So we're easy to find.
All right, now we have a little video that Jerry Harris shot the other day, and we're going to play this video right now.
Okay.
Tell us who we have here. What's going on?
We've been really blessed to have different partners that help collect school supplies, and so we held a Walmart drive a couple of weeks back, and then this was shot last Wednesday at Regions Bank on the Square. This group right here is the Tennessee Walking Horse Trainers Association. And so they try to do a project every month, and they felt that Stuff the Bus was a really important project that they wanted to partner with us on, and this group got together and collected school supplies.
Very good.
And so they are delivering those to that drive that was being held at Regions Bank last week.
Very
and so we cannot do this without community support. This is not, it is a United Way organized program, but this is very much a community project. And so we're very blessed with some fabulous partners like Regions Bank, like Tennessee Horse Trainers Association. I went and picked up a load of supplies yesterday from Tyson Foods. They had held a drive.
That's good.
And so we have some really wonderful businesses who are collecting and getting their employees involved. And, our community really sees a value, obviously, in supporting the education of our children. So we're blessed.
That's right. And if you folks, I want you to realize we're talking only about Bedford County here. So if you're looking to do this either in Coffee County or Warren County or over in Fayetteville, where Lincoln County, other places where we are, you need to get in touch with your United Way representative there and see if they either have a program or they can call you and find out how to start this program in their region.
Absolutely. And if they can't find the number to their local United Way, give me a call anyway, because I have a listing of those numbers. We work very closely with other United Ways around the state. So I would have that contact information.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Good luck to you. And it's always great to have that bright smile on set.
Great to be here.
Folks, we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go away. There's some interesting stuff getting ready to happen around here.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and fine sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Trucks!
The #1 selling truck for 35 years straight, the Ford F-Series, can be found at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. We have a huge selection of over 100 trucks to choose from, with Ford manufactured rebates and incentives up to $10,000 or 0% financing available. Now is the time to buy. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, and remember,
trucks,
and more trucks. Why buy anywhere else?
we get closer to a world with more birthdays. When we take cancer patients by the hand, we help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us on the set now. I guess this would be a lame duck.
You got it. You got it.
We're talking about our county mayor, David Pennington, who is probably serving in his last, I'm not sure when you...
August the 31st is my last.
August 31st is the end of your term after serving the county for 8 years.
8 years, 2 terms. You know, I guess this will be the last show that I'll be county mayor on the show.
Yeah, that doesn't mean your TV career is over.
It's not going to be over, okay.
Because, see, you have that wealth of knowledge about the political atmosphere in the county that will be with you forever.
Well, that's good, you know. Of course, you know, one thing about it, it's like going to college. If you want to learn and have that wealth of knowledge, you have to be the mayor for 8 years.
That's got to be a great experience.
I have loved it. It's absolutely been one of the best things that I've ever done. And, you know, I've been in several businesses and done a lot of different things in my lifetime, but being able to serve Coffee County citizens and, you know, with the things that we've got done, I thank you, you know, Coffee County, Tullahoma, Manchester, for giving me that opportunity to let me be your mayor.
And David always had what I thought was kind of a unique policy, because if you were over at the Administrative Plaza and you didn't have to have an appointment to go see David, you could just drop in anytime. And not only that, he had a back door. Yeah. Tell us about the back door situation.
When I first got there, the back door, my office, the back door is actually goes into the hallway where Teresa McFadden's office is, where you get your tags. And I was there about 2 weeks, and I thought, well, why in the world would I want that back door closed? I want to be able to see people. I'm just used to being around people. Yeah. And so I opened up that back door and turned my desk around so I could see both sides, you know, coming from the back door or the front door. And it has worked out so good that I tell you how well it's worked out. A lot of people thinks that's the front door now.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully the next mayor will have that type of policy, because let me tell you something about the back door. Good or bad, people's going to stop in and talk to you. Yeah. And, you know, it's a whole lot more good than it is bad. But if it is some problem, it gives you the opportunity to take care of that, where you would have never, ever seen that person. First thing I do when I go in the office, of course, I open the front door, then I go back, prop the back door open.
Now, this is good for David. It's probably been a bad thing for his administrative assistant, Roxanne, because if David did have an appointment scheduled, Roxanne quite often would go into the office and find out somebody else was already in there who came in the back door.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Anyway.
You're exactly right. She'd have to come in because there might be 4 or 5 people sitting in the office talking to me. And, of course, she'd just come in and say, all right, everybody's going to have to leave. He's got an appointment now. But you can come back afterwards.
David, there has to be a lot of things that you're pleased with that's happened over the last 3 years in the county.
You know, one of the things that I really am, I'm proud of several different things, but one of them is the school program. We did a $45 million school building program, but we did it with sales tax. And, you know, a large percent of the people who come through Coffee County, you know, they spend sales tax dollars, and they're on the road. So having the interstate is a unique thing. And, of course, on the Manchester side, and, of course, Tullahoma here, I mean, the people come here for the shopping and everything. But just think about all the sales tax we generate. Those people are helping make our school payments for it. And people voted, you know, 73% of them voted to raise the sales tax ceiling to do that. But that little old 0.5% got us enough to do $45 million building program.
You have been big on improving the school situation, I know, in the county over the last few years, and have opened 2 new schools, I believe. Is that correct?
Brand new ones. That's exactly right. But you know, you think about it, if you want to recruit industry, you know, education, safety, just like the jail. Believe it or not, industry is concerned about what kind of jail system you do have, and they want to be able to know if they bring their families in here that if they need to call the police or whatever, they're going to be able to get the police there, and you also got a place to keep them. But schools is a big draw, and recreation. And if you think about it, we're really in the ideal situation for that type of stuff. We've got all the lakes, we got good parks. And this company, the Great Lake Cheese, just moved in. It's invested $100 million in our community, 50 in building and 50 in equipment. Those were their concerns too. They wanted to know about
that's a big deal.
The education side, the recreation, but also about the jail too.
But the jail is something that obviously costs a lot of money to build. What,
$22 million.
Okay, and. But you didn't have a choice there, did you?
No.
That was mandated by state law?
Well, here's the thing about it. And people said, well, they won't close you down. Ask for Grundy County. They just closed them down a couple of weeks ago, 73 prisoners. And it's going to cost Grundy County $35 to $85 a day to house them.
That's huge, isn't it? Because the population of the Coffee County Jail is usually in the high 200s.
Yes, and bumps 300 a lot.
Yeah.
But you think about it. We bought 42 acres of land, and then of course the wetlands got involved in it, and it cost us a lot of money to do that. But we got about 36 usable acres of land, and they say it takes 5 acres for a jail and 5 acres for the Justice Center. So if the Justice Center moves out there, and hopefully it will one day, and we can free up the old Justice Center and put that back on the tax roll.
Right.
But that still leaves us with about 26 acres in case the county ever needs another building. But another good thing about our location out there on the jail side of it is we got enough road frontage to cut off 10 lots, and we give $475,000 for the 42 acres. But if we cut off those 10 lots for bondsmen, for attorneys, convenience store, or whatever, it's just a minimum of $50,000 lot would pay for our land.
Right.
And according to Rush Brickett, he's going to carry on and get that done after I leave, because it's a slow process. But he can get that developed and sell off just that little front strip and pay for the whole place.
Right.
And we still got several acres of growth for the county, and that was the whole purpose of locating it there. And if you ride by, it's not close at all. That you can't even see the jail. It's on the far back side of our property.
Exactly. You won't even see the jail on the highway.
No.
And one thing that I always think is important, and a lot of you folks have not had an opportunity to perhaps be in to tour the old jail and look at what the new jail is like. The old jail was dangerous, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't manageable at all.
Right.
But it looks like our time is getting short. But let me mention something else that we've done in the county that really helped a lot, and that is extension of water lines into the rural. Right. We've put when we finish this 9-mile project, we'll have about 70 miles of brand new water line that I work with each utility, West Warren, Hillsville, Manchester, and Tullahoma, and by doing that, us furnishing the material and them furnishing the labor, and of course they get the sales of the water and the sales of the water tap. What that's done, that has created a partnership with all of us, and it's helped the rural, and it's also helped the cities too.
And that was a huge problem for rural Coffee County.
When I got there, the only way you could do a water line extension was through a grant. Right. And if you're familiar with grants, as you are, I know, because you work with the veterans a lot, hard to get them grants.
Yes,
and why should we depend on them?
Right.
We need, and we did, we've got a program now that generates about $20,000 a month just for water line extensions.
Right.
So I'm really proud that we got that done. And I know the rural people are proud to be able to have the water.
Absolutely. Okay. David is right. He's has been on the set a few times. He knows how the grill works here. And we were being awful optimistic when we thought we could talk about 8 years of service to Coffee County in 8 minutes.
I guess I'm going to have to come back.
I think you're going to have to come back. By the way, David will be working with us this Thursday night right here on Charter Channel 6, starting at 7 o'clock with election returns. And David will be here to tell us lend his expertise to that process, as well as in case something goes wrong and we don't get any returns. We'll talk about duct tape or whatever.
We'll come up with sheetrock
whatever
straws. But I want to take this opportunity just a second, just say thank you, Coffee County, Manchester, Tullahoma, and the Rural for letting me be your mayor. And that's what you did. You let me be your mayor. And I want to thank you for letting me do that.
All right. Very well said, David. Folks, we'll be right back with more living right after this.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this last weekend, the Coffee County Airfoilers had a fly-in of military planes out at their location at Arnold Center, and it was a great thing. Everything from bi-wings to jets were out there, and the people that built them and fly them, and it's just really interesting, and it's another really cool thing that happens around here that a lot of folks don't know about, so we're going to let you see it right now on Channel 6. Okay, folks, we're out here today at the model airplane fly-in here at Tullahoma, and you can see some of the different types of folks that are out here and some of the wonderful types of aircraft that are out here. Here's helicopters and airplanes, and a lot of folks are here camped out and have their tents. And here's a jet right here coming across. It's putting on a show right now. Looks like he's slowing down, coming in for a landing. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that something? Great job.
All right, we're out here now with Paul Green, and he is the contest director for the event. Paul, what is the event you're having today?
Today is called Warbirds over Tullahoma. This is a fun fly. It is all-scale airplanes today, and you will see things from little electric ducted fans, little electric warbirds, all the way up to, we just had a demo flight of a turbine. So we have all sizes, including helicopters, of scale model aircraft, all warbirds today. We call them warbirds. They are military aircraft from pre-World War I all the way through today's most modern fighters.
Right, right. And who's putting this on?
This is Coffee Airfoilers Model Airplane Club, and we hold this event annually. Coffee Airfoilers has been at this site that you're now standing on since 1959. So we are a long-term club here, located at Arnold Air Force Base, Tullahoma.
And where the people that you have coming into an event like this, where all do they come from?
Our guest pilots come from all over the Mid-South. We have them coming from as far north as Nashville, all the way down to the Huntsville, Alabama area.
All right, so great. And I'm sure all of y'all know each other and travel around and go to events together. So it's like sort of having a family reunion, isn't it, in a way?
You know, we get some people that's reunion time. They come back year after year just to come to this event and come and enjoy this flying site. So yes, we do have a lot of familiar faces here, and we're happy to have some first-timers every year that come. We've got some new guys that have never been here before this year, and they're saying what a great site we've got, and they wish they'd been coming before, and we'll be coming back again.
There you go. Well, Paul, thank you so much for everything you do, and have a good day, and wheels up. Walk down through here and look at some of these aircraft. Where are you folks from?
All right, Chris, come on up.
Where?
Right here.
Tennessee. Tennessee.
We're from here.
You from around here?
Crossville.
Crossville? All right. They travel. Look here. Look at these good-looking planes here. All of them, they're just everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's airplanes. They all fly. Good-looking plane. Where are you from, sir?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. All right.
Yeah.
Come from the Nooga up here to fly.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that a good-looking plane? Did you build that plane?
It's a Hangar 9, 80-inch.
How long you been building planes?
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah,
you don't look old
I'm
enough.
42. I was putting little rubber band together when I was 5, 10 years old.
There you go. There you go. Great hobby.
That's all I've ever done.
And as we look out through here, you see, I mean, it's just like being at the airport right here.
You got about
Look at that. Isn't that good looking? All these planes out here. And this is all happening in Tullahoma. And it's an annual event here. And people come from all over the southeast to fly their planes at this great site up here. Look at here. Now here's a good looking thing right here. I mean, that's gorgeous. That Jerry Amalang over there is who I'm talking about. And a good-looking dog to go with it. Look at that guy. Look at that pilot in there. He got a smile on his face.
Yeah.
I believe if I was flying that, I'd have a smile on my face too. Look at here. Let's look inside this thing. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that something? I mean, that's just about real right there, isn't it? I take it you built that baby.
I did. Yes,
from scratch.
Yep.
How long you been doing this kind of thing, sir?
About 68 years.
68 years.
Yeah.
How many planes have you built in 68 years?
Too many. Yeah, but how many have I crashed in 68?
Do you build one a year?
About, yeah.
About?
Yeah.
So you built up over 50 planes probably in your time of plane building.
Yep, easily.
Well, this is mighty impressive work right here. You should be very proud of it. I'm sure you are.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See, folks, now this is what you get to see when you show up at Tullahoma on a beautiful Saturday.
You just never know what you're going to find. Today we're finding some of the greatest looking model and crafted airplanes by folks who've been doing it for a lifetime and flying them out here on this beautiful sky. Look at there. Look at that one up there. Right out here at Arnold Center. And again, Jerry, what's the name of the club?
Coffee Air Force.
There you go. And how long have you been in it? Forever? Ever since we were in high school.
50 years.
About, yeah.
Plus.
50 years plus.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry Amalang and guys like this are what make all this happen in Tullahoma, for these folks to be able to come and enjoy this lovely place. And we appreciate them, everyone.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Don't risk losing the Social Security disability benefits you have earned. I'm Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law. I bring over 25 years of experience and dedication to your case. My Social Security team will walk you through the process. We can increase your chances of winning and maximize the benefits due to you. If we do not win, you will not owe us a fee. Call me, Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law, for maximum returns and minimum concerns.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
All right, folks, we're back again. We're just going to keep coming at you till we're through, and I hope that's a long time from now. We've been doing this 21 years. We don't want to quit now. And one of the things we're going to bring you today is a little bit of information about some more entertainment. And I have that girl from South Jackson over here with me. That one I'm kind of partial to a little bit, kind of sweet on her just a little bit. My beautiful bride, Fran.
Hi, honey.
Hello,
Good morning.
how are you? I'm
Fine.
good. See, we even have to greet each other. Mornings are not easy sometimes.
That's right. That's right. Well, first, let's say I'm your other girl from South Jackson. Peggy's your first girl from South Jackson.
Well, Peggy's the first lady of South Jackson.
Yes.
You're my first girl of South Jackson.
Oh, thank you.
All right, now, with all of that done, she's going to tell you about some great entertainment after the country show, the week after the country show that's going to be happening in South Jackson that we're very excited about.
Yes, thank you, honey. I appreciate it, John. Yes, we have a wonderful opportunity for you all to come and hear some fabulous guitar and cello music. Several weeks ago, we had the privilege of going down to the River Cafe where some friends play mostly acoustic music. Right. And we met a wonderful young man named Richard Smith. And Richard is a Brit, and he has a photographic memory. He can look at a piece of music and memorizes it instantly. I've learned that about him. But anyway, as a child, he started playing Chet Atkins licks. And as it came to pass, Chet said that Richard was one of his heroes. He is such a wonderful player, and he could play lick for lick everything that he heard Chet play. Just incredible. Well, his life went on, and he ended up coming to the States, and he met and married Julie Adams, who is a beautiful, beautiful woman and a very sensitive cellist. And so now they're making music together, and they are the most delightful pair. And we're very fortunate to have them come and play at South Jackson on Thursday, August 14th. They are so happy. They said they'd play for any size audience, and they have played for huge crowds, and they have played for small crowds in churches, in homes. They just love their music and love the opportunity to share it with people. So they're going to be with us at South Jackson on Thursday the 14th at 7:30, and we just encourage people to come out and hear them. They play many genres, anything from classical to country to the Beatles, and they're so versatile. Last night I even saw a clip when she was singing and he was playing, and it was just so happy and pleasant. And
well, I think, friend, that we have a clip, if Philip's ready back there. We have a clip of them doing some Beatles stuff.
Yes.
So can we see that right now, Philip?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
The tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for youths under 18. So we would encourage you all to come for a delightful evening. If you enjoy music, guitar music, country music, classical music, any kind of strings, this is a concert for you.
Yeah, the night we were down there, he sat there and played Segovia, and I was fortunate enough when I was in college to see Segovia. He played a concert in Knoxville, and this guy's incredible. And I had another guitar player who's knows guitar players that said he's one of about 5 in the world who can do what he does. So this is an incredible opportunity for the people in this community to see a world-class acoustic guitarist, and to bring his wife along, who's a cellist, is just great. And I think we ought to be ready for that clip now. go. What about that? That's phenomenal, folks. That's a Thursday night, and there's nothing to do on a Thursday night around here. I know that's wrong, but not as much as there is on Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
That's why we decided to bring that on a Thursday night. And what's the price going to be to see them?
$20 for adults and $10 for youth under 18.
Under 18?
Yeah, and it's just such a wonderful opportunity. I wanted to tell you what some of their fellow musicians say about them. Chet Atkins himself said that Richard is the most amazing guy he knew on the guitar. It says, he can play anything I know, only better. So for Chet to say that's saying a lot. And Julie is the best cellist in town, according to a sessions player in Nashville. So she is on the list for much session work. So folks, just please come out and support this wonderful concert. Support your Civic Center, which belongs to the community, the whole area. We are doing our utmost to bring you the very best talent, local talent. These folks are from Nashville, so that's almost local talent anymore. And again, we're very fortunate to have them to come. We hope to see you all at the country show. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah, coming up.
Thanks, friend.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank
you. Folks, you just make sure you go to South Jackson for everything that happens there. Don't miss anything that happens at South Jackson.
That's right.
And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take you, speaking of things that happen in this town, everybody knows we have an excellent school system. Oh, we're going to run to commercial first? We're going to run to a commercial first, then we'll be back to talk about our excellent school system. See you then.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
An annual event started in 1939 will continue on August 20th through August 30th, 2014, when the World Grand Championship celebration will once again be held in Shelbyville, Tennessee at the Celebration Arena. Each year, people come from all over the world to contend for the coveted honor of being crowned World Grand Champion. From the wonderful flat shod to the exciting performance horse, they will fill the ring with the breed's best of the best. The celebration supports local charities, and this year they are asking everyone to come out and support the largest nonprofit event in Middle Tennessee and the 14 charities that depend on this event to fund their cause. Come out and be a part of a family tradition by showing your support to the 76th Annual Walking Horse National Celebration. For ticket and box seat information, call 931-684-5915.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
We're back here on Living. Always good to be here. And of course, I would love for you to mark your calendars for August 16th, 2014. It is the Big I Am What I Am Festival. And of course, here to talk about this and give us all of the insight, the wonderful Sylvia Pinson.
Well, thank you. I am what I am for autism.
Love it, love it.
This is our 3rd year.
Wow. Yeah.
And this year is going to be big.
It gets bigger and better each year.
Yes.
And such. And it's so important. Explain what really this is about.
Actually, about 3 or 4 years ago, we started working with Lita Frame. She came in my office as a Parks and Rec director, and she said, Sylvia, I need some help. We want activities for our children, our autistic children, but I can't get any other community support. So I said to her, I said, what do you need? She started naming off. I said, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. So the Shelbyville Parks and Rec Department opened our doors for the autism group, and they developed Parents Act and Ought to Be Kids. Of course, to fund these programs, you got to have a big fundraiser. So about 3 years ago, we did a couple of fundraisers in the park. Then I Am What I Am Festival started. Actually, one of the main event person 3 years ago, Big Smo, played at our first, played at our second, and he's going to be there. He's going to be back at 8 o'clock, going in on August 16th. But if you realize, he's doing an A&E show of the Big Smo, which has caused this whole festival to just get bigger, and we're trying to hang on to it. And of course, we got a big lineup. All of the bands that are playing donates their time in the spirit of autism, because 1 out of 68 is now diagnosed. And not only Bedford County Exceptional Association, a lot of our surrounding communities come and participate in this group. And if you have an autistic child, then you could call Lita Frame, and they will work you in to get activities and programs. And fortunately, and I'm real proud of, they use a lot of the Shelbyville Rec Center. They rent out, they use it for camp, and so we're excited to be a part. Now, of course, I serve on our board, and really excited to be a part of that, because when we started this was just, first time. This year, wow. We have 3,000 tickets, and as of today, we are already sold 1,500 tickets at advance. The tickets are $10 advance, $15 at the gate. It's at the Bedford County Ag Center, August 16th. The gates open at 2. The stage starts at 3.
Yeah.
With all the different entertainment. At 6 o'clock, we have the Logan Blade. He's autistic. He sounds like Josh Turner. 3 years ago, it was Big Smo that raised money to get this young man in the studio for recording. In May of this year, he just came back from Washington, D.C. and doing a lot of shows. So he's going to be there along with Tammy Weiss. She's another autistic young lady that will be on the stage about 6. We start off with Bad Monkey, and then we have the 90 Proof. And before Big Smoke comes on at 8 is the Raising Cane, which is a local group in town.
Very good, very popular.
Very popular. So what we're asking, you need to call and get your tickets at $10 or come, and at the gate it's $15.
Exactly. What are we talking about as far as numbers when it comes to autism right there in Shelbyville and Bedford County?
I can't really answer that, but I know she has the stat of 1 of 68. Her group now is serving quite a few families, and I would say, just being a part of what we're doing, it's about 50 families. Now that's Tullahoma, that's Petersburg, that's surrounding communities coming in to Bedford County to have classes and be a part of the group.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a busy day. Huge day.
Talk about the proceeds. All of this is benefiting
autism and their programs and activities.
Exactly.
They do a fall fun fest for the group. They come in and do a camp in the summertime. They go swimming. This year, one of their programs has to pay for their children to learn how to swim at the rec center. So they've received a scholarship there, and just anything that they can do for the families.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're real excited, but Big Smo goes on at 8. The bus will be coming in. He's coming off the road, so he'll be coming in around 6 to the fairgrounds, the Ag Center, to sign autographs. There'll be T-shirts, there'll be vendors, but there also will be a kids zone for the children. So families who have autistic children, or any families that want to come, the kids zone's for everyone.
That's wonderful.
There's a silent auction, and there's several items that Smo is bringing that he has autographed from his world of entertainment now. So you need to come.
That's all right. Let's get some phone numbers up and websites or some type of something so that
the website is, you can go on, is the let's look at the Facebook, I Am What I Am Festival for Autism. You can call me at 931-580-9696, and I'll make sure I secure tickets. And so that we can have a good day. This is really great. We've had some wonderful volunteers. A lot of the volunteers have come. There will be characters from Nashville, like Spider Monkey, and some of the characters for the children that will be walking the grounds.
Wonderful. It sounds like it's going to be a great day.
It is a great day.
Yes. So we commend you for just stepping in there 3 years ago, opening your doors and doing wonders for this
Parks
group.
and Rec, I can tell you, it's all for all children and all generations. And to be a part of something, a camp that cost $2,000 in Nashville. We brought it to Shelbyville.
Oh, very good, very good. Sylvia, thank you so much for talking with us on this wonderful event. I Am What I Am, the Autism, the festival, the benefit is coming up on August 16th, 2014. So at the Shelbyville Bedford County Ag Center on Midland Road. So please call, get your tickets, be out there. It's going to be a great day. Thank you so much.
Marilyn.
That's another segment. Stay with us. More Living is coming up right after this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. I just knocked a tree over. This the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paintworks at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senior. See? Martin Senior. Right there. Martin Senior at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm really excited today because one of my favorite guys out there, one of my heroes, you know, people talk about heroes. My hero is sitting on this set with me today, and that's General Bart Burton, and that's Miss Peggy's son. And, sir, thank you.
John, good to see
thank you
you.
for being with us today, and thank you for your service to our country.
Well, it's my pleasure to be
We
here,
appreciate
John. I
you very
you.
much.
Spent a couple of minutes with me this morning.
Yeah, and so tell us, of course, you've been in 30 years all over the world.
Yep.
You said it all started because you were at Murfreesboro looking at some guys rappel off of a building?
Well, you know, I was fortunate to graduate from the great Tullahoma High School.
Yes.
At a date-time group we won't announce here because that'll give away my age. But I was wandering around Middle Tennessee State University. My father took me up there, and I saw some folks in military uniforms rappelling off the side of Forest Hall, and I said, you know, I think I want to give that a try. And the rest is a story. I was fortunate enough to get a military scholarship, graduate from MTSU, and then spend a career with some of the greatest people on earth and some of the most interesting places on earth. And I've been very, very fortunate.
You know, and you said fortunate, and luck has a great deal to do, and timing. My dad was always a great believer in timing was very important in your life. You know, where you got and when you got there as to how things worked out. Sure. It depended on your timing. And your timing, all of that, though, goes along with being prepared.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Being prepared for what you have to do when you get where you get. And, you're one of those guys that appears to me and seems to me to be very, very prepared for whatever's put in your path.
Well, I try to be, and you know, my current command is the Army's and the Department of Defense's only command of its type. We're based out of Aberdeen, Maryland, but I've got troops across 19 different installations in 16 different states in the continental United States, and then constantly deployed to places across the globe. And it's a command unlike anything that I had ever witnessed or experienced in my military career, but I believe that the Army needed me to get there and then to operationalize that formation. And what we provide the nation is a responsive chem, bio, radiological, nuclear, and explosive ordnance disposal capability that is integrated and responds to the roadside bombs across places like Afghanistan and some of the other hot spots. And then we're prepared to do a range of other missions that deal with an extremely complex set of threats. But I tell you what, soldiers are soldiers, and soldiers need great leadership, and that is at every echelon across the command. And one of the things that we've done to get prepared for the nation's calling has really invested heavily over the course of this past year with this command in integrating our forces with other supported formations at places like the National Training Center at Fort Irwin, California, the Joint Readiness Training Center at Fort Polk, Louisiana, in a very robust, rigorous training environment to not only expose our soldiers to a very high-intensity, complex combat training environment,
right,
but also to expose the supported formations to what our soldiers and our formations can do. So we've grown tremendously over the course of the last year, and I'm very proud of everything that this formation has done as we brace ourselves for what might be in the future. So I think a career of service in dealing with soldiers in many capacities, from being a platoon leader at Fort Ord, California, to being a brigade commander in Iraq, and then serving in the Pentagon in Korea, kind of prepares you to see the world through a different lens and then organize soldiers and units to do the mission better. And hopefully I've been able to deliver some of that with the assistance of some really great professionals at every echelon in the command.
Well, and I think most people don't realize is I really didn't, when you get to be a general officer in the military, you're at their disposal, and you might,
Well, you go with the nation.
That's right, and I was saying that because it might not be something that you've actually been involved in the past.
Right.
It might be a new creation, or it might be somewhere a new thing for you, but where help is needed, and they see that you have the capability to provide the leadership and the help needed to make this work.
That's quite a compliment if that's exactly what happened. But I'll tell you, John, I have been one of those officers that has never had a bad duty assignment, and either that's because I've got some deficiencies up between my ears, but I was asked one day by a very senior leader, and I was a lieutenant colonel in command of a battalion at that time, what the greatest job I had ever had. And I was at a round table, and most of my peers there reported that being a platoon leader, being a lieutenant, was the greatest experience because the curbs are wide open and you're learning, and you've got a super platoon sergeant that's been around a while, and he's kind of coaching and mentoring you. But as I look back on a 30-plus year career, I can honestly say that I have never had a bad job. And some of them were not on my dream sheet,
right?
But I have walked into situations, and I'll tell you, it's the professionalism and it's the commitment of the people serving towards a unified goal that make all the difference.
And that's the military as a whole here in the United States of America.
I think so. Yeah.
And leadership, it's a thing that is not learned. It's a thing that's given an honor, I think, that's given by the men you lead. Not just the men and women, the people that you lead see leadership in a person. It's not something that you can just go up and say, I'm a leader. You have to prove. You have to prove yourself as that. You got to earn that.
Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah, and one thing you said earlier is that it's very important to me is the honesty and integrity, and that people have to trust you.
Well, that's exactly right. And it's a two-way street.
Right.
It's up and down. It's left and right. You have to demonstrate consistently that you're a leader of character. You have to be competent in your mission and what you're trying to get done. But I think you also have to demonstrate the character necessary to cause that bridge of trust to exist. Because we ask our soldiers and our Department of the Army civilians, quite frankly, to go do some things that most people might not want to do. And they go and they do those things with tremendous pride and professionalism that we as Americans should all be very proud of. And I know that our partners across the globe depend upon that level of trust and commitment between the leaders and the led, and between partners, because that's what builds those great, strong alliances that demonstrate that we can depend upon one another when the going gets tough.
Well, folks, sitting next to this guy right here and looking in those eyes and listening to him makes me feel a whole lot better about what's going on in our nation and this world, because people like this are out there looking after people like you and me. And a big round of applause,
Thanks,
a handshake. I can't give you enough for what you've done for us.
Well, you just remember, I tell folks when they say thank you for your service that it's all worth it, because I truly mean that.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, John.
See you
Thanks
next
so
time.
much.
Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
It's a Kia Cadenza kind of day at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. This luxurious Kia has too many features to mention, with prices starting as low as $33,943. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. We have a huge selection to choose from here at Russell Barnett Kia, and mention this ad and receive an additional $500 off your next Kia Cadenza purchase. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units with some special financing through the end of June. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer cough drops.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back. Oh, me. What, Peggy? You done good, girl.
Yes, you did.
Ralph,
Yes,
you're
you
Ralph,
did.
and that kind of a guy comes from good learning and good raising, and you ought to be very honored and
I
proud.
hope so. I think Tullahoma helped raise him. You know, a community raises a child, really.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, I'm proud of Bart. He's a good man.
I love it every time he comes. We're done.
Yeah.
What else after we just got through with that? What else need we say?
That's right. That's
Y'all come back
go
here.
vote. That's what we can say. Go vote.
Go see South Jacksonville's
Those people
country
like
this
that
weekend.
need your support. Bye.